Hey guys, welcome to the Simplify Your Life podcast. This is Coach Simona, and I'm glad you decided to tune in. What's up, guys? In today's episode, we're going to talk about work-life balance, and I will share with you my 3 ways to get the most out of everyday life. First, let me ask you a question. If you had to calculate just how much time you spend working and how much time you spend relaxing, which one would prevail? My guess is probably work. This is expected, since the average person spends about 1/3 of their life at work. But your job shouldn't be the only thing that has an impact in your life. So, how can you balance between work and life? My first tip is to simply take care of your basic needs. To do that, let's take a look at the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. According to his psychology theory, there are 5 types of needs that drive human behavior. The most important ones are basic, physiological needs. These include water, food, sleep, shelter, clothing, and sex. Only after these can we focus on our other needs for safety, love, accomplishment, and self-actualization. So, what does going to work do for us anyway? Well, it earns us money for taking care of our basic needs and surrounds us with other people focused on similar goals, which partially provides for our emotional needs. So, unless you've got millions in the bank, it doesn't make sense to try to go without it. Like many other things in life, it's balance that matters. To achieve good work-life balance, you need to make sure to take care of yourself first. By that, I mean to get enough sleep, meditate in the morning, have healthy breakfast, and try to exercise or at least take a walk to work or during your lunch break. If you spend 90% of your time sitting on a desk at work or on your couch at home, you will feel drowsy and lazy because your body needs that extra boost. Make sure to get up and do some stretches or socialize with your colleagues to keep that balance during your workday. Make sure to move as much as possible in your free time. My second tip is to keep a journal. I know it sounds like an extra step to your busy day, but I can assure you, it's completely life-changing. Here's my favorite way of keeping a journal that I advise you to try. I want you to take a piece of paper or a notebook and put 5 categories in it: health, family, work, chores, and fun. Now, I want you to try to write down every night approximately how many hours of your day go into each category. For example, if you have a 9-to-5 job and you spend all of the time working, even during your lunch break, it's safe to say that from Monday till Friday, you spend 8 hours per day at work. If you don't do anything fun or challenging while commuting, you can count plus 2 hours gone. That makes 10 out of 24 hours at work. What do you do with the 14 hours that you have left? If you have a spouse and a kid, you probably spend your nights enjoying their company. Let's put 4 hours in family time. If you like to read a book or watch something on Netflix before bed for an hour, that goes into your fun column. And you have 9 hours left. Let's say you sleep 7 of them, which is definitely connected to your health, and you have 2 hours going for groceries or doing chores around the house. You got the point. Logging your daily activities in a journal is important because you can actually see on paper what happens in your day and change the time and energy you put into each activity. Now, it's your turn. Pause this audio and write down your time diary for yesterday. Ready? Good. Now let's get to number 3. My last tip is to stop multitasking. One of the biggest mistakes I've done as an entrepreneur is to try and do multiple things at once. Posting on social media? I'm on it. Answering an email? I can do that. Scheduling a session? No problemo. The only problem is when I try to do them all at once, I became extremely anxious. And for what? Now, let me tell you how you can stop multitasking for good. Do one thing at a time. It's easier said than done, I know. But if you practice it on a daily basis, you will develop a habit. And that habit will completely transform the way you look at your life. One hack that I also use to not get myself into doing bazillion things at once is something I learned from David Allen. If you haven't read his book called Getting Things Done, I highly recommend it. He has something called the 2-minute rule. It goes like this. If something takes you less than 2 minutes, do it now. It's actually a good way to beat procrastination as well. But I will make a separate podcast episode on procrastination because I'm sure it's a topic a lot of you could benefit from. Now, let's recap. The 3 tips I have for you today are: first, take care of your basic needs. Second, keep a diary of your daily activities. And last but not least, forget about multitasking. It doesn't work. Thanks for listening this far, guys. If this episode was helpful, please like it and share it with a friend. Subscribe to my podcast so you don't miss out on any new episodes. I've got very exciting things in store for you, so stay tuned. Love you guys, and I will talk to you next Tuesday.